Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Adam at Team Seekers Motorworks, and today is going to be a good one because it's budget shitbox car. So here we go, winter is now approaching pretty fast, which means it's time to get the shitbox cars out. So I've got my E36 Compact, which is pretty battered and rough, and I've been wondering what to do with it for quite a while, so I'm just going to chuck on some parts from the shelf, clear up some bits that aren't good enough to sell at a decent price, and then we'll make a little fun car and hopefully get some snow this year so we can go be a yob again. So what we've got now is M Sport E36 compact bumper. It's just the skin. I've got loads of spares, so I'm going to strip down the original one and build that up together. It's Avis Blue, the car's Montreal Blue, but it doesn't really matter. So it's just all about using up some of the spare parts I got and try to build something cheap, budget and fun. I'll show you the car. So here it is, little E36 compact, 1.9 16 valve 318 Ti. It's got a few little battle scars, dents, scrapes all around it. Already sold some of the bits off it because I was going to break it and use it for a parts car, but the shell underneath is actually really good. Engine's lovely, it's only done 82,000 miles. So got another M Sport bumper for the front that needs painting, and just about paint up a grille for it as well. Just giving the grille a light paint, first coat with Topaz Blue just to get the colour change in, and then we'll use the Montreal Blue because I don't actually have a lot of that. Also found a back box, not for a compact. Someone gave this to me years ago. I've never had anything to chuck it on because I generally go for better quality stuff, and some lowering springs, so definitely keeping in with the budget theme with this one. There we go, Montreal Blue. Not a lot of effort went into the prep of that. Only aerosol rattle can finish. Can't fully see it, so we'll see what it looks like when it's on the car. But yeah, not too bad. It just had to be a close match blue. That was good enough. So the grille's now all on, all painted. Slight bit of headlight alignment needs doing, but not a bad colour match for a Halford spray can. Didn't really try with this one. If it was a customer's one, I would have sprayed it properly with a gun, but keeping this one cheap. Quite happy with that. Lacquer was pretty crap. Pretty much spitting out the can, but perfect for what we need. Better than I thought it would come out of. So I'm just gonna prep this front bumper. Might not paint it today. I've got another one that's already in primer, so I might paint that one instead. Also found some Style 5s, I believe, 15-inch basket weave BBSs with I chucked a full set of tyres on them last night. Not the profile I'd have chosen by choice, but I had 4 matching set part ones in stock, so I thought I'd chuck them on. 205 55 15s would usually go over 195 50 15, so I'm quite happy with that. Did manage to get the back rear springs, the lowering springs on. Oh, and the M Sport bumper's now all fitted. As you can see, it's Avis Blue instead of Montreal Blue. So no, that'll do. Yeah, 20 mil, probably about 20 mil lower on the back, 25 maybe. Just good enough. Happy with how it's coming along. Gonna cut the back box off and get that welded on. Might nick a couple of bits off the race car, probably take the steering wheel off it, so we've got a new one coming for that. And anything that I'm not going to use or put brand new on, I'll chuck on this one. Yeah, I didn't actually show you the inside of it. It's got a sport interior. I mean, it's not my choice of colour. And it is an auto, so we will be doing a manual conversion. I'll probably do that next week. Just gather all the parts up. I've got a solid flywheel to go on it as well. Change that steering wheel for a nice sporty one. But yeah, inside's just pretty basic. I have got a full black interior, black dash, black carpet, but I might change it later on, I don't know. The original idea for this car was to have a road-going version of the race car, just mainly so I can get some seat time in it and just have some fun on my commute to work. So might strip the whole interior. I'll put a half cage in it, change the suspension later on, keep the little 1.916 valve, and just, yeah, have a road going version of the race car, which that'll be coming off a trailer later on. Just got a front bumper up on a stand. Just before I show you, this is pretty cool. There's a genuine BMW grille, part number there. Obviously the holes aren't factory, but this one's fully closed off, which I personally have never seen before, and it's pretty cool. Someone's obviously drilled all those holes in for some more air, but yeah, doesn't have to be perfect, but it will do. So I'll just solder all these, plastic weld them all on. Probably get ripped off anyway, and if we get some snow, see how this one comes out. Just about chop the back box off and weld this one on. So I thought I'd show you a quick sound test before changing them over. Also, just found a decent wing mirror, so I'll get that one painted up in a minute. Let's just go have a quick listen. Lovely cold start. Just got it roughly mocked up. That's a bit of a bore. So a little join there, cut that last hanger off. I do have to fit the diff and the drive shafts, and then I can see exactly where it's gonna hang, whether it's gonna touch anything, but that's a rough mock-up. The reason the diff's out is because it's automatic and we're going manual, so I'm changing the ratio from 4.44 down to 3.45. Otherwise it'll be screaming its tits off at like 50 miles an hour. I'll be doing ridiculous revs. So yeah, something like that. Get that welded on in a minute, get the diff back in, and see what it sounds like. Here we go, got the 168 small case, 3.45 to 1 ratio diff to go in. I've just removed the old bush, and then we've got a second hand. I had one of these on the shelf, a little Flowflex, more of a solid poly bush with a nice aluminium bit to go in, so I'll pop that in. Get that fitted on the car, got one drive shaft hanging in there, get the other in there as well. There we go, diff is now in, drive shaft's in. Look at those sporty, crusty springs. It's a good job I'm a hoarder, because I would have chucked them away a long time ago. But finally found a use for them. So yeah, we'll just get this back box now welded on. And see what it sounds like. Oh. That's such a huge bore. Get that welded up. Mint. Something like that. Obviously going to fine tune the sounds and knock them when I just change to the bottle of gas. That'll do. There we go, fixing scrap with scrap. Isn't that lovely? Probably reshape the diffuser just a tiny bit. That's fairly sturdy. Alright, let's see what it sounds like. Bloody Subaru. It's a cold day. Happy with that. Couple more jobs to do. Compact's now in the workshop. Just about to start doing the manual conversion on it. As currently, it's still an automatic. So we'll get the pedal box changed, run a hard line for the clutch pipes and slave cylinder. Get master cylinder put in as well. So I've been running this car now for 2 days and everything seems fine. I mean, it's really long geared with the different diff ratio in it, which kills the speed as it's an automatic still. It's quite funny. It takes like 30 seconds to get to like 70 miles an hour. It's ridiculous. But yeah, did have a little unfortunate scene to with a bird this morning, which put a big hole in the bumper. So luckily I didn't paint that one, but I've got the other one to go on anyway. I didn't expect to damage it so soon, but it is what it is. Yeah, crack on with all the jobs today. So I've gathered up all the parts for the manual conversion. Obviously you've got the manual gearbox. This support is the same for manual and auto. Got the front half of the prop shaft, because the manual ones need a longer one. Got a slave cylinder with a nice braided line. Pedal box with the master. I do actually have a replacement hard line, which I've got to find in a minute. Got a selection of linkages, all different lengths. So if you look at that bit there, the longer that is, the shorter the throw, giving you a quicker gear shift. This one's actually from a Z3, so that's not relevant at all. So I will find the correct aluminium top section. And we've got the solid M42 flywheel and clutch setup, which has been had the face skimmed. Got the clutch release bearing somewhere. Got all the bolts as well, because the flywheel bolts will be different. But yeah, we'll have a look underneath. So I've already got the front half of the exhaust off and the heat shield. Yeah, Just about to pull the prop shaft off and then drop the gearbox down as well. Got the support going across off as well. Selector cables disconnected. Got to remove these pipes for the gearbox oil cooler. So I'll probably make a little bit of a mess. But yeah, we get this big chunky pile of scrap out and then sling the manual gearbox in. Right, get back out from under it. Yeah. But yeah, I'll continue finding some more parts as well. Still got to do a couple of poly bushes as well. So I was going to change the TCA bushes on the wishbones. I mean, the wishbones themselves have been recently replaced. So yeah, I'll just change those back bushes for poly ones. Still rocking the solid front discs. So I might find a pair of vented calipers and discs and change that setup as well. Forgot to say, if you're doing this conversion to this engine, on the back of the engine, on the cylinder head, is a plastic coolant pipe with a little spigot takeoff. When lowering the gearbox, just place a little bit of wood or something there just to stop that from going all the way down, because it tends to snap that off. Learned that from previous experience, you only do that once. Also with the master cylinder pipe, all you got to do is cut off that little knobbly bit and then feed your hose to that, and then you've got your clutch reservoir linked into the brake reservoir. So all cool. So we go on the inside, we've got the pedal boxes out and put the other one in. Poke the holes ready for the clutch pipe and the hard pipe to come through for the slave cylinder. We'll get that pedal box bolted in a minute. Gear selector is all unbolted and out. We'll go down underneath. Yeah. So we've got the auto box just hanging in there. Oh, I've just drained it, drained all the pipes. Now, just because you've drained the fluid on an auto box doesn't mean there won't be any left in there, as the torque converter holds quite a lot. And then just got to get those bolts, I don't know if you can see it, for the starter motor. Not beat that off, and then get the top bolts for the gearbox, and this whole thing can come out. I'll do that now. So we've got the auto box now out, torque converter and the flywheel. Big old chunk of scrap. It's gonna make a big difference putting the manual box in. Let's have a quick look underneath. Yeah. So opens it up a little bit. Got to do the spigot bearing for the crank, and also got to put the bush here for the gear selector, and that's what your radio looks like from this angle. Lovely. Whilst the gearbox is out, I'm going to run the hard line for the clutch. Just gives so much better access. Also, you can see there's the plastic coolant pipe coming off the back of the cylinder head, and it catches up there if lent back too much. So obviously when you're hanging the gearbox down, it just wants to snap something. So that's why I put the wood there. But yeah, we'll get the flywheel bolted on, get the clutch pack on, start reassembling this. Oh, climb back underneath. Bit of a squeeze under here. So clutch is all on. See the little spigot bearing in there as well. Oh, and somewhere, there it is. Clutch line's all in. So yeah, clutch release bearing into the gearbox. I will be putting another new gasket on that one. Might as well whilst I'm under it, and then sling it all back together. So everything's pretty much done. Pedal box all in. Underside's pretty much all finished. Just come down to the wiring in here, which is, I don't know if it's any relevance to anyone that might want to do this themselves, but you've got the green and white live wire needs to be connected to the brown and black wire, which will then make it think that it's in park / neutral and let you start it. I'll just show you. If you disconnect these, then it will not let you start it at all. So that's ideal. Get the rest of the car back together and then take it out for a spin. There you go. One manual conversion. I've just cable tied up the automatic wiring, which you can just see there, because I will need to pull that back down and find out what one does the reverse light, because currently I won't have any reverse lights. But yeah, not a bad conversion to do. Obviously a million times easier on a ramp, but yeah, not bad for a day's work. Yeah. And then all I've got to do now is neaten up the inside, put all the center console back. Job done. So I'm going to pull it off axle stands in a minute, because I will actually be driving this one home. So yeah. Nice long day's work. All done.